Welcome back to our OnShape tutorial series. In this episode, we're going to take a look at making a Poké Ball. One of the things I like about this design is the variety of tools we're going to have to use to make it. We're going to look at the plane tool, the revolve tool, as well as some of the dimension and circle tools in order to make this work correctly. One of the other things I like about this is it's a classic symbol. This Pokemon's been around for long enough now that the Pokeball is considered a recognizable symbol to many. So this is just kind of a fun design to make. One of the problems, however, is that there is no official dimensions for a Pokeball, and it seems to vary, and there's a lot of different designs out there nowadays, but we're going to take a look at the classic one. So doing a little research, we found on a community-driven Pokemon site that Pokeballs vary in size, but when they're full size, they're about the size of a baseball, and supposedly this makes it a bit easier for throwing the ball. If we look up a baseball size, we find that a standard baseball is 9 to 9¼ inches in circumference. That gives us a diameter range of about 2.86 to 2.94 inches. 2.9 is a nice midpoint of that, so that's the size we're going to use for the diameter of our Pokeball. I'm going to come here and I'm going to go ahead and create a sketch on our front view. And I'm going to rotate this view. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the top and right view by clicking on these little eyes here. So I only have the one I want to see right now, which is that front view. I'm going to make an outline because we're going to use the revolve tool to turn this into a 3D model instead of the extrude tool. So I'm going to create a line here from the origin that goes up 2.9 inches. And that's going to become our center point. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the line tool here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an arc for the half circle that we need. So I'm going to use this 3-point arc tool, and a 3-point arc works by clicking the two endpoints first and then moving out for the diameter or the radius that I want to use for the arc. And we see here off to the left that there is this blue dot moving towards that first line we created, and that's just marking the radius here, and it's helping us to figure out what we're looking at. It's the center point of the circle. So I'm going to come here and I want to place it roughly in the lined up here, but because I'm eyeballing it, I want to be exact. So 2.9 and half of it is going to be 1.45. So I'm going to put that as an exact radius for our arc here. Now we're not done because Pokeballs are often shown with a groove around the center of the Pokeball. And while this classic image looks very smooth around the edge, we see there is a shadow indicating that there's an indention here along this black section in the center. So we're going to go ahead and recreate that. To do that, I'm going to build a little feature here in the center of the arc, and I'm going to use my center point rectangle. So I'm going to find the center of the arc, which is here, and I'm just going to make a 0.2 inch by 0.2 inch square. What we're going to do is we're going to trim away some of these pieces to make the groove. So for that, I'm going to use my trim tool, and what I want to do is I want to trim away the outside. So I'm just going to click the lines that I want to remove here, and I also want to remove part of this circle, because what we want is we want there to be this groove in the center of our Pokeball. Now, Pokeballs are also hollow. It's where the Pokemon sit when they're captured. To make this hollow, I need to remove some material here, but I do want to make sure there's an inner shell. So I'm going to use my center point circle, and I'm going to find the center of my arc here, or my line, and I'm going to come out about 2.5 inches. That's going to give me a nice, decent thickness here. It might be a little too thick for some views of a Pokeball, but it's going to be thick enough for at least what we're doing here. Obviously, without full exact dimensions, we're kind of roughing it a little bit. So I'm going to use the trim tool because I want to remove some lines here so that I have this all hollowed out, and I just see this shell that I'm going to use. And with that, I'm going to finish my sketch. So now I'm going to revolve this, and with the revolve tool, I'm going to select the area or the space that I actually want to revolve, the portion of the object that will revolve. And then with this revolve axis, I'm going to select the center point of my final product, which is along this line. But I have to select a piece of the actual model, which is one of these two edge points. So when I click this, it's going to go ahead and revolve, and there is my basic Pokeball shape here. So with that done, I'm going to go ahead and finish that revolve. Now we run into a slight problem. I need to make the indention here for where these buttons go. And for that, I'm going to have to use my plane tool. Now with the plane tool, I'm going to turn this on, and we are going to leave it at the offset. And the reason we're going to use offset is we're going to come here to our front view. We want our plane to go up and down just like the front view. So I'm going to click on front, and what it does is it's offsetting a sketch plane 1 inch from the front plane. But I want that plane to be over here, and I could eyeball it and drag this arrow, but I have an exact value. I know my diameter is 2.9, so I'm going to use half of that, or 1.45, for my offset. And we see it places that plane right here on the edge, which is what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the creation of that plane. And let's get back to our view here, because what we're going to do is we're going to create a sketch on that plane. So sketch, plane 1, and let's rotate to our front. What I'm going to do is make the indention for where our buttons are going to go. And with that indention, I'm going to use my circle tool, but I need to mark where the center is going to be. And I really don't have a defined center point here. So I'm going to use my point tool. I know this is my center line, so I'm going to go roughly to the center here. And after creating that point, I'm going to dimension the point to be 1.45 inches from the bottom. Now I can use that point to create a circle. And for this, I'm going to use 3/4 of an inch. And that's just kind of a rough estimate, imagining a baseball and where your thumb would be positioned and making that just a little bit bigger. So we've got a 3/4 inch circle here. With that, I'm going to finish my sketch, and we need to extrude this, but we need to do a removal extrude. So extrude menu, select my circle, and now I want to use the remove portion here. Now this is where the tricky part comes in. So there's a couple things I could do. I could try to use this arrow to roughly estimate where I think it should go, but I'm eyeballing it there, and that's not always the best way to go. I could choose to select this groove and say go to that groove, but what it's going to do is it's going to leave a curved surface instead of a flat surface for those buttons to be on. So just through trial and error, I know the measurement that I want to use, and that's 0.149279, and that's going to get me pretty close to what I want here. And what it should do is it's going to get it out so it looks like that groove lines up here, and then when it gets to that point, it's going to make that edge flat, which is what I want. You could probably fudge with those numbers for your own personal preference. This is just what I had come on through trial and error. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that sketch. Now I've got that space for my button here. Okay? And to do this, now I'm going to use a series of planes and circles to make my shape. So let's make an, actually I'm not going to use planes. I'm just going to create a sketch right here on that flat surface. And I'm going to go ahead and make another circle. So finding my center point here. Here's the center point. I can use the point tool like I did before, or I found my edges and just kind of navigated my way to the center. And this time I'm going to make a 0.5 inch circle here. I'm going to extrude this, and I'm going to extrude this circle here, and I'm going to extrude it 0.1 inches. So let's change this to 0.1, and that's going to give me a piece that comes out exactly to the edge of this outer circle here. So that's what I'm wanting. I want that to be kind of smooth for that portion of it. So finish this, and now we're going to create one more sketch on the surface of this new extrusion. We're going to use another center point circle, and this time we're going to do 0.25 inches. And when we finish this, I'm going to extrude it, and let's extrude this. We're going to extrude this only just a little bit. We're going to extrude or 0.035. It's just a slight button that sticks out here. Nothing too fancy. We're not going to extrude it too much. It needs to be kind of subtle. Okay. Now I have my basic Poké Ball design, and we really want to color this. And Pokeballs are known for their very distinctive coloring. So let's go ahead and work on that here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the bottom half here, and then I'm also going to select these portions of the bottom half right here, and we're going to turn that into, if we look at our design here, that one we want to be kind of a white. So I'm going to right click on it and add appearance to 3 faces. I don't have an exact white color here that I'm going to use, so I'm going to type it in. I'm going to come here to my hashtag and I'm going to type FFFFFF, and that will give me a nice white color there, even though it looks kind of gray in this picture. Now I'm going to rotate my view and I'm going to do the same thing for the top. So click, and then I'm going to shift click all 3 of those sides, and I'm going to edit the appearance, and this time I'm going to choose a nice vibrant red. Okay. Now the last little bit, I also need the black color that goes along here. So click the ring and shift click the outer section of that indention, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to change that to black. And then and I've seen various designs here. I'm going to go ahead and do all of these. Let's zoom in so I can get that section there. And in some designs I've seen it have kind of a black ring here, but if you look carefully at this one, we see that it kind of gives a white appearance right here. So we just assume that all of these are white. I think I've seen several other designs that do that. So we're going to edit the appearance here. We're going to make those white, FFFFFF. And there we go. We have a completed Pokeball ready for use. As you can see, it's not overly complex, but it does use a good mix of tools to create the shape, and I really like how this came out in the end. Thank you for watching this episode of our OnShape tutorial series. Feel free to hit that subscribe button to keep up with all of our content here at Myth Badger Videos.